Okay, so have you ever like really wanted a McFlurry?
Oh, yeah.
And you get to the McDonald's and the ice cream machine is broken.
Yeah, it's always broken.
It's always broken.
Always.
It's like a meme at this point, oh, the McDonald's ice cream machine's broken again.
It's almost like you expect it.
Yeah. So we're diving deep today into this whole thing.
Okay.
There's this article from Bro Bible called "McDonald's is now finally legally allowed to fix its broken ice cream machines."
Oh, wow. Legally allowed. I didn't know it was illegal to fix them.
Well, that's what we're going to find out, right? So the thing is, this whole like broken ice cream machine thing, it's been going on for years.
Oh, forever.
Like there are actually
I think I've heard about
websites and apps that track which McDonald's have a working ice cream machine.
Exactly.
So it's clearly like a thing, right?
Yeah, it's a real problem.
And over the years, there have been so many explanations, right?
Oh, yeah, like what?
Like McDonald's would say, oh, it's the cleaning cycle.
Right.
Or people would be like, oh, disgruntled employees are messing with it.
I've heard that one too.
But this article, it actually points to this like surprising culprit.
What's that?
The Digital Millennium Copyright Act, the DMCA.
Okay, now I'm really intrigued.
Right. I know it sounds kind of boring, but...
I know what the DMCA is, but what does it have to do with ice cream machines?
So, get this. The DMCA basically made it so that like nobody except the manufacturer could actually fix these ice cream machines.
Oh, wow.
So like imagine you're a McDonald's franchise owner and your ice cream machine breaks down.
Yeah.
You can't even like open it up and look at the software.
Why not?
Because that could be considered a copyright violation.
Under the DMCA.
Under the DMCA.
That's wild.
It's crazy, right?
Yeah.
So essentially the manufacturer, this company called Carpigiani, they had a monopoly on repairs.
Wow. So franchise owners were basically stuck, huh? So if they couldn't fix it, they just had to tell everyone it was broken.
Pretty much, yeah.
Wow.
And customers are all upset they can't get their McFlurries.
Right.
But there's good news.
Okay, what's that?
There's now a DMCA exemption.
Okay.
Specifically for retail-level commercial food preparation equipment.
Oh, so that includes the ice cream machines.
Exactly. So now they can finally be fixed by, like, anyone.
So that means no more broken ice cream machines.
Well, that's what we're going to explore.
Oh.
Right. Will this exemption actually fix the problem?
Right.
Are we finally going to see McFlurries flowing freely?
Yeah, I'm curious.
That's a good question, right?
Yeah.
I mean, this exemption, it's a huge win for this whole right to repair movement.
Oh, yeah, I've heard about that.
But will it actually change things at McDonald's? I'm not so sure.
Why not? What else could be the problem?
Well, the article does point out this other factor.
Okay.
Employee behavior.
Uh-oh.
Even if the machines can be fixed, what if employees are still, like, too busy? Or they just don't prioritize cleaning the machines?
I mean, that makes sense.
Right.
Yeah.
So instead of broken machine, it could be, like, lazy employee.
Employee doesn't feel like making McFlurries today.
Exactly. So it's like, is the blame going to shift now?
Oh, that's interesting. Like from the machine to the worker.
Yeah. It's like there's this whole human element to this story too.
It's more than just broken machines and legal stuff.
Right.
It's about people.
It's fascinating, right?
Right.
But before we go too deep into like the psychology of McFlurry making, we should probably back up and talk about this whole right to repair thing.
Yeah, I'm not really clear on what that means exactly.
Yeah, so what is it? Why should we care about it?
Good question.
Like, what's the big deal?
Yeah.
So before we went down memory lane talking about heat cycles and government investigations, we were talking about what this DMCA exemption could mean for the future. It's like this whole thing has opened up a Pandora's box of possibilities.
It really has. This exemption could be a game changer, not just for frustrated McFlurry fans, but for the entire repair industry.
Okay, so paint me a picture. What does this future look like?
Imagine a world where you don't have to rely solely on the manufacturer for repairs. Think local technicians or even savvy McDonald's employees being able to troubleshoot and fix those ice cream machines without waiting for manufacturer-authorized service.
So potentially shorter downtimes, happier customers, and happier franchise owners. It sounds like everyone wins.
Well, Almost everyone. This could be a major blow to manufacturers who have profited from having a monopoly on repairs.
It's like suddenly leveling the playing field, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's be realistic. We probably shouldn't expect a McFlurry utopia overnight. The article did mention that employee behavior could still be a factor.
Right. Even with the legal hurdles cleared, there's still the human element to consider. The exemption doesn't magically solve the issue of employee training motivation or just the general chaos of a fast food environment.
So maybe those broken signs won't disappear completely, but hopefully we'll see a lot less of them. It'll be interesting to see how things play out.
It will be. It's likely to be a gradual shift. As franchisees and independent repair providers adapt to this new landscape, there might be a learning curve as technicians familiarize themselves with the machines and build up their repair expertise.
And let's not forget about those manufacturers. They're probably not going down without a fight.
Absolutely. They might try to find ways to circumvent the exemption or make it more difficult for those independent repairs to happen. We could see legal challenges, or maybe they'll try to redesign the machines to make them less accessible for anyone but their authorized technicians.
It's like a technological arms race, isn't it? Manufacturers trying to maintain control and repair advocates pushing for more freedom.
Exactly. And this battle extends far beyond fast food. Remember we were talking about the right to repair movement? This is a huge win for them. It sets a precedent that could have ripple effects across industries.
So what you're saying is that broken ice cream machine down the street could actually be a catalyst for a much bigger change. It's like the butterfly effect, but with McFlurries.
It might sound crazy, but that's the power of these kinds of legal precedents. People are getting fed up with being locked out of repairing their own possessions or being forced to pay exorbitant fees to the manufacturer. They want the freedom to choose who repairs their stuff. And they want access to the information and parts to do it themselves.
It makes you think about all those things we just throw away because they're too expensive to fix. What if we could actually repair them and keep them out of landfills?
Yeah.
It could have a huge impact on the environment.
Exactly. This new exemption could help shift the balance of power back to consumers, leading to more sustainable practices and a more equitable relationship between manufacturers and the people who buy their products.
It's about more than just convenience. It's about taking ownership of the things we buy and having the right to fix them. This feels bigger than just ice cream machines. It's about a fundamental shift in how we think about our relationship with technology.
You're absolutely right. It's about challenging the status quo and demanding more transparency and fairness from the companies that make the products we rely on.
So while we might not be able to guarantee that every McDonald's ice cream machine will be churning out McFlurries 24/7, we can celebrate this victory for the right to repair movement.
And it forces us to confront some important questions. What are the trade-offs between protecting intellectual property and empowering consumers? How can we ensure the safety and quality of repairs while also promoting competition and innovation?
These are questions that go way beyond ice cream. They touch on everything from smartphones and cars to medical devices and farm equipment.
And with this new DMCA exemption, it seems like those questions are finally getting the attention they deserve. It's a big step forward, and it will be fascinating to see what happens next.
All right, so we've gone from legal jargon and frustrated franchise owners to a potential revolution in how we repair and interact with the technology in our lives. But before we get too lost in the big picture, I have one more question that's been swirling around in my brain.
Okay, I'm listening.
The article mentioned that this new exemption could open the door for even more innovations beyond just simple repairs. What could that look like in the context of those McDonald's ice cream machines?
That's an intriguing question. Imagine a world where third-party companies can create add-on features or modifications to improve those machines. Maybe they'll come up with ways to make them more efficient, more reliable, or even expand their flavor options.
Hold on, are you telling me we could see aftermarket McFlurry upgrades? Like a turbocharged mixing paddle for extra thick shakes or a self-cleaning feature that eliminates those dreaded heat cycles?
It's not outside the realm of possibility. Think about all the aftermarket parts and modifications you see for cars or computers. This exemption could unleash a wave of creativity and customization.
That's a pretty amazing thought. It could transform those machines from symbols of corporate control into platforms for innovation and technological advancement.
It really highlights the potential for collaboration and open source solutions, where independent developers and businesses can contribute to improving and evolving these machines beyond what the original manufacturer envisioned.
So while we may not have all the answers yet about the immediate impact on McFlurry availability, one thing is clear. This new DMCA exemption has opened a Pandora's box of possibilities. And I have a feeling we've only just begun to scratch the surface.
It's a story that's still unfolding, and it's one worth watching closely. Who knows what delicious innovations the future holds?
Well, on that note, let's take a moment to digest all this information and come back for our final thoughts and takeaways from this fascinating deep dive.
All right, so we made it. We're back. It's been quite a journey, hasn't it?
It really has.
From deciphering legal jargon to imagining souped up ice cream machines.
Right.
Who knew that broken ice cream machines would be
who knew?
so fascinating.
So much to unpack.
Yeah. So before we wrap things up,
Okay.
let's just kind of summarize everything, right?
Okay, yeah.
What have we learned? So first of all, this new DMCA exemption, pretty huge deal.
Big win for the right to repair movement.
Totally right.
Absolutely.
Like a crack in the wall.
Yeah.
Hopefully it'll lead to more repairs in other industries too.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
Right. And the thing that it all started with wanting a McFlurry.
I know, right?
We also talked about how the reasons behind those broken ice cream machines, it's not always as simple as it seems, right?
No, not at all.
Yeah.
It's really complicated.
It's not just lazy employees.
Right.
Like McDonald's would have us believe.
They always blame the employees.
Yeah. But there are those cleaning cycles.
Yeah, those heat treat cycles.
And then maybe technical issues with the machines themselves.
Right, and then the whole legal battle over who can fix them.
Yeah, who has the right
Yeah, exactly.
to open those things up.
It's a mess.
And then the FTC,
the
Federal Trade Commission, they're
the McFlurry police.
yeah, like the McFlurry detectives, right? They're
Exactly.
we got to get to the bottom of this.
That's awesome.
But I think the most exciting part for me is thinking about what this exemption could lead to.
Right, the possibilities.
The possibilities, what if other companies start making upgrades for
Yeah, like third-party upgrade.
for our everyday stuff?
Yeah, I mean, that would be amazing.
Imagine I don't know,
A better washing machine.
a better washing machine.
A faster dishwasher.
Yeah. Or a refrigerator that organizes itself.
Right. The sky's the limit.
It's democratizing innovation, right?
Yeah, I like that. It's like taking the power back from the big corporations.
Putting it in the hands of the people.
And giving it to the people.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, as we wrap up this whole deep dive,
Okay.
what's the one big takeaway
That's a tough one.
that you hope our listeners are walking away with?
I think it's that we should all be more aware of the bigger picture.
Yeah.
Every time we buy something, every gadget we use, every frustration we have, it's all connected to these larger systems.
Yeah.
And we need to understand those systems.
Yeah.
And question them,
Totally.
Don't just accept the status quo.
Right, be informed.
Exactly. Be informed, be engaged, and advocate for your rights as a consumer.
Yeah, because you never know.
Right.
Asking, why is this ice cream machine always broken?
Yeah.
Could lead to some pretty profound discoveries.
Sometimes the most unexpected journeys lead to the coolest places, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So next time you're at McDonald's and you see that dreaded broken sign, just remember, it's not just about the McFlurry. It's about something much, much bigger.
Way bigger.
It's about our relationship with technology, about innovation.
Our right to repair things.
Yeah. It's about control and who has it. All right, everyone. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into
the fascinating world of
broken ice cream machines.
Broken ice cream machines.
Stay curious out there.
Stay informed.
And we'll see you next time.